Since some of you have said that you enjoy the driving segments where I'm driving by housing and streets and stuff like that, I thought I'd go ahead and film while I'm driving towards Millennium Beach from the old Galley Library here. And also give me a little bit of time to rant a little bit and let you catch up on what's been going on. If you'll recall, last week I actually was working with a temp agency and actually worked for the whole week at Makoto's warehouse. I was able to earn some money. I, for the most part, was able to raise enough money to pay the court-ordered child support. The judge had said I had to pay a certain amount by the end of the month. I was short $150 and had to go on Facebook and beg people. But some friends stepped in and loaned me some money, so I was able to come up with $450. Now, I'm supposed to get paid this Friday, and I was planning on paying people back. Well, I made the payment to the courthouse for the child support, and I also went and told the child support enforcement that I had gotten work and gave them my employer's information so they could automatically pull out a percentage. They'll pull up to 65% of what I earned to cover the child support. It's 50%, and then they're tacking on another 15% because I'm in arrears. So that means for basically every dollar I earn, they take like $65 cents, leaving me only 45 cents to try to live off, which is going to be kind of rough. But I was like, well, that's all right. I'll get the child support going and everything can resume the normal, and I can try to work some more. I might even stay in the area a little bit longer to try to build up some cash reserves before I hit the road. So that was all fine and dandy until I tried to access my bank account and found out it was down to zero, like completely zero, negative. As in, I had two accounts with two different credit unions, and you have to keep a minimum of $25 in there. I didn't have a lot more than that. Like one account had $8.07. And the other one had like 67 cents on top of the $25 that was required to be in there to maintain the account to keep it open. Well, anyhow, apparently Child Support Services and Department of Revenue from Florida seized all my assets. They filed a letter or whatever to get money from the bank. So the credit union let them, basically they call it's what's called a levy. They levied my accounts and took all the money, including the $25 that were in there to keep the accounts open. Obviously, I did not have the full amount that they wanted, but what it's done now is made it so I have no money again. Like none, zero, nada. So we're back to, after all that and after working like a week and a half to get money and putting pretty much all of it towards child support, they came along and they wiped out my accounts and are leaving me with $0. They're supposed to take only 65%, but you can see they're taking 100%. And not only 100%, they're taking what was in the accounts. And all this because I told them, per the court order, that as soon as I get a job that I had to notify them. And as soon as I notified them that I was working, they took everything, which to me is silly. I'm trying to earn money to cover the child support, and they're making it so I don't even have enough money for gas to get to work. I don't have any money to live off, which is crazy. But that's how the system works. So those of you who are, married or whatever and have children, and understand that if you can't keep your child support payments going, this is the kind of stuff, which I think is BS, that they pull because they're trying to get me arrested again. Somebody is paying child support. They're behind because they had lost their work due to an accident. Got fired because I couldn't work. Well, actually, I got fired because I kept getting hit as a mailman. People kept running into me or me running into them, backing up. But anyhow, I lost that job, and that's how I fell behind. And then I got into an accident where somebody hit me and hadn't been able to work. So until recently, when I've been applying for jobs, but nobody wanted to hire me. So recently, I decided to go after the temp agency job, which pretty much pays like minimum wage, and they were able to get me work. But now, with no gas money, it's going to be very hard for me to get to work because when you're working temp, you get paid like once a week. Like you don't get paid for that week; you get paid the week after. So you work a whole week, and then you don't get paid till the following week, but on a Friday. So it's like 2 weeks from the time you work before you get paid. And right now, I've lost all the money that I've earned. Well, other than what's to come from next week, but that I have to try to pay people back for money that I borrowed, because I borrowed some money to complete the child support court ordered payment. And then the other problem with it is when they froze my account, what they're doing now is any money that goes into that account, they will seize. In other words, if I earn some money and the money gets automatically deposited into my savings or my checking account, the child support services will take all of that money. So I don't even get a penny of it to live off or anything. How am I supposed to get to work? How am I supposed to pay my insurance? I can't even pay my auto insurance. I can't even buy gasoline or buy food for work. And people say, well, that seems counterproductive. The reason they do that is they're trying to make it so that you cannot make the payments. And then when you cannot make those payments, you end up driving without insurance, or that's assuming you can still even drive, or you lose your car because you can't drive it. So then you can't get a job. And they do all this because there is a big push to lock people up. It's like when you get locked up, the county and the state and a bunch of businesses make money off it. Now you can Google on there, like if you go on Google or whatever, just Google incarceration for profit. People getting jailed for profit. And you're going to see that this is a very serious problem. And with all this stuff happening, I'm like, I understand now why some dads skip town and just leave and just let their children go and just disappear. Because even when you try to make the payments, which I have been doing, I mean, we're 7 years into this, I've made child support payments until I lost my job recently. Actually, it wasn't recently, it was like in December. I lost it in December and didn't start working until recently when I decided to just go ahead and apply for manual labor, general labor type jobs with a temp agency. So it wasn't until recently that I started getting paid again. And as soon as I got paid, I notified them. And instead of being happy with that, they seized everything, which leaves me in this position of I'm screwed. So I got a job, and it should have helped to reset me to try to get me back on track with getting caught up with child support and making regular payments. I even gave them the employer information so that it can automatically be drafted out. And they're punishing me. Not only are they punishing me, they're making it so that I'm going to get fired because I can't get to work because I'm out of gas. I can't pay insurance. But that's the system that we're dealing with. So, basically it sucks. It sucks really bad.